Hey folks, today is March the 4th. It's currently 8:52 in the morning. Today we're going to continue trying out the different Nodetrader prints and also the manual LVN trades, low volume node trades. And we'll see how it goes today. Remember, this week we're just going to be taking every possible trade. After this week I'll start following the instructions and things like that and weeding out some of the losers, but for right now I'm just trying to get comfortable taking trades here with the Nodetrader system. So if the market comes back up here, we already got a lower low here, and this will turn into a lower low at some point, I'm assuming. So if we get a pullback up here, I'll be taking that trade. And of course, if we get any trend trades, I'll take those, and also the zone trades, I'll take those as well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it and be back with you guys shortly. Alright folks, we just got a print
Order
here.
cancelled.
It is a scalp trade.
Order pending.
So we'll see if we get filled on this one. It is going right down into this level that's been respected multiple times. But like I said, we're just testing things out right now. Typically I wouldn't take this trade because it's been tested
Order
multiple
filled.
times. But we're just going to mess around with it today. Our stop is right
Crude
here.
oil trade.
Well, you look at that. And that's actually the zone trade right here off of this. So that's what we like to take. Shoot. Ah, well, nothing that can be done at this point. So
Target filled.
we'll just continue pushing forward. We'll move this up to break even. Actually, let's push it behind that. Market never came up and filled us on that zone trade. So we'll see if this level right here holds. It's possible that it's going to use this level here as resistance now, since it's used it as support several times. Let me check the 2-minute chart. Alright, I don't really see anything that could hinder us, but 2-minute chart starts at 9 o'clock, so hasn't really been going that long yet. Alright, let me go ahead and pause it, and I'll be back. I really want to focus on the manual low volume node entries and some of the high volume node trades like this zone trade here that we didn't get entered on. Wouldn't have gotten filled rather. So I'm going to pause it and I'll be back with you guys shortly.
Trade approaching.
Alright guys, stop just got hit. Market just came back up and filled it. So I'll be back on the next print setup. Alright guys, market is pushing up here to this level. Let's go ahead and place actually do 4 contracts here. Selling a limit.
Order pending.
And we'll see if the market gets up to it. Be back with you guys shortly. I also want to make it known, typically we wouldn't take this trade because it made a higher high here. And also it hasn't been tested yet. But right now I just want to see if we get any sellers pushing us down at this level, basically. So like I said, we'll see if the market gets pushed up here, which will let me see if there's any selling pressure right here at this point. Alright, be back shortly. Alright guys, we're very close to getting filled here. Typically, just something else that popped into my mind, we like to see our low volume node at the beginning of this selling zone. Okay, so that basically just makes it harder for the market to continue pushing up. But right now, it's at the top, so if the market gets through it, there's nothing really here to try and push the market back down. But like I said, today and for the rest of the week, we're just going to be taking trades. I'm going to be trying to continue to notice different things and tell you guys as I notice them. So hopefully if you guys decide to try it, you'll know what to look for and what not to look for here. We came pretty close to getting filled, and actually we're going to go ahead and move this down to right there. And hopefully we'll get a push up and get entered into the trade. Be back shortly. Wow, look at this bar.
CL scalp trade approaching.
And then push back down pretty heavily. Looks like we missed the retracement on that. So there was a lot of selling pressure right here. Market just didn't come up enough to get us filled. So we'll go ahead and cancel this one out.
Order canceled.
Because we've already missed the move. Alright, be back with you guys shortly. Alright guys, we got a
order filled.
Well, there it is, just got filled. As you guys can see, we're basically buying right into that sell zone that we were just using. And again, as I stated, we're just taking every trade here. This one right here has a pretty large chance of being a loser, but we're going to go ahead and just push through with it. Alright, let me go ahead and pause it, and I'll be back with you guys once something happens. And now the market is pushing down, just as we said it would, or just as we thought it would. I was sure it would push down a little bit more to get us taken out here, but didn't quite get the push. Alright, be back in a moment. Alright guys, if we do manage to make it back up here, I'm going to move this up to right here. Move this down, excuse me, right there. Because I do expect a pretty hard push back down at this level. And actually I want to be able to take this trade if the market does get up here.
Order canceled.
Alright, so if we get right here, I'm going to look at taking a low volume node trade. Hopefully the market will push up a little bit and get us taken out at that level. We'll just have to be patient and see here.
Target filled.
Beautiful. Target just got hit. For some reason, there it is. Alright. Let's see if we get filled back down. Sell on the stop will do that. Try this again. Sell on the stop.
Order pending. Order filled.
Alright, so 50.96. Let me see what we're going to have to use here. So that's a 10 tick stop right there. So it looks like we're going to have to use a 15 here. And so we'll use 15 as our first take profit. And actually I'm gonna put a little one right there, and we'll let this one run. Alright guys, we'll just see what happens here. I'm gonna pause it, be back shortly. I just noticed this buying
CL
node.
scalp trade approaching.
I'm going to go ahead and push that to right there. Just take one off at that point before we hit that buying node. We might get some buying pressure at that point. Alright, be back with you guys shortly. Alright guys, first target just got hit. Remember I said we might have some buying pressure at this
CL scalp trade
node right
approaching.
here. You can see the market spike down really quick. We'll go ahead and limit our loss there. So now we have an 8 tick stop, 15 tick take profit right here. We'll see if we can get through this little buying zone. Got through it okay. Well, it hasn't
CL
closed
scalp trade
outside
approaching.
of it yet. I would have liked to see it close down here, but we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm going to pause it. And actually, we have news at 10 o'clock today. Let me check on that real quick. So we have ISM non-manufacturing PMI coming out at 10. And then we have crude oil inventories coming out at 10:30. So a lot of stuff that we don't want to be in the market for. Alright, I'll be back with you guys shortly. Alright guys, a couple seconds and our next target just got hit, so we're going to move this to break even +1.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Let me see if I can take a screenshot for the room here. Alright guys, I'll be back with you guys shortly.
CL scalp trade
I need
approaching.
to check and see if we have our trailing stop indicator on. I think I'm going to use that. Let's see here. No idea where it is, but I know it's in here somewhere. Show trailing stop. Where is it? Show trend line, show strength, zones. Display trailing stops, true, okay. And actually, here's our first trailing stop. I didn't even notice it there. So that's our first trail right there. And we'll just continue pushing it down as we get our trailing stop prints. Alright, be back with you guys shortly. Alright guys, market just pushed down below this level that was giving us some issues. Let me check that 2-minute chart. So this was a previous high, yesterday's high rather. Looks like it pushed through it, and now it just busted right back up above it.
CL scalp trade approaching.
We'll see what it does here. And actually, we just got another print right here, as you can see. So we'll move this down, lock in some more profit. Looks like we're getting close to being taken out here.
Stop filled.
And there it is. Stop.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, back with you guys shortly. Folks, I didn't even really pay attention to it, but we did have these lower lows right here. So we could have easily placed another selling limit order right here.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Let's see, what, 96 down to 86. Oh, okay, so down to 81 would have been 15. So we would have hit our 15 tick take profit right here. Obviously the market didn't go against us at all, so that would have been a great trade. So that's the only issue. You don't get prints for the manual low volume node trades. You have to actually be watching what's going on here. Alright, be back with you guys if something else pops up. Just a quick update. Market is still pushing down. These levels are extremely good at predicting reversals. Extremely good. So hopefully we'll get another opportunity. It's my hope we'll make another lower low. And we actually just had another print here. But like I've said in previous videos, that's way too close to the market to take it. We need to have a U. For example, we had this wide U here. And then we had another pretty wide U right here. So hopefully the market will come down and then come back up to it so we can take a trade here. Alright, be back shortly. Alright guys, market just, well, it looks like it's going to be a lower low. I'm pretty sure once it makes a bit of a retrace back up, this will be a lower low. And it's my hope that we'll get back up to this level here, 50.80. So that's right around here. Have a bit of a selling zone. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here, guys. Alright, be back with you shortly. We just got a purple print. I don't believe I take the purple trades, but let me see what they are. Alright, I believe that is medium slate blue. So those are high volume node trades. Alright, so yeah, the high volume node trade, or the high volume node here, did move down. But I doubt we'll get filled on that anyway. Alright, we'll just see what happens. I'll be back.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Market's starting to push up a bit here, so we'll go ahead and sell in the limit.
Order pending.
Go ahead and get that set up properly. And actually, I don't think one tick will make too much of a difference, so we'll put it right there at the beginning. We might have some issues here since the high volume node has moved down. But we'll definitely keep this order here. And I'll be back once we get filled, or if we get filled. Market might just keep pushing down. Alright guys, we're getting close here. We had this huge bar. So we'll see if we get another huge bar here to fill us. And if this turns into a scalp short trade, I'll go ahead and cancel this one. I only have 10 more minutes here. And I'll probably stop a little bit before 10 o'clock. Let me cancel this here.
Order cancelled.
We'll see if we get a print.
Crude oil trade.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, so it looks like that's a zone trade. We'll see if the market pushes down. We'll see here. I don't think it's going to. I'd still like to see the market push up to this level so we could take a manual LVN.
CL scalp trade approaching.
So we have a lower low right here, which is beautiful. So what we need to see here now, let me go ahead and place my order. Selling a limit.
Order pending.
Alright, like I said, I'll go ahead and pause it and be back with you guys shortly. Alright guys, we just got a print. Scalp trade. We'll see if we get filled here.
Target filled.
Alright, that's our first target. So we'll move this down here. And actually we're up pretty nicely for the day, so I think the high volume node might act as kind of a level of resistance here. So we'll give it a little bit of room. Of course I could be wrong. Alright guys, I'm going to press pause. I'll be back shortly. Alright, second target just got hit. So now we're really in a free trade. Hate for the market to take me out on a quick spike, so we'll push that down some more down here. Still don't have my first trailing stop print. Alright, be back with you guys shortly. The video's getting pretty long. Alright guys, we just got our first trailing print here. So we'll go ahead and move this down. Get this uploaded.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, looks like we're about 2 minutes from the news. And like I said, I wasn't planning on taking any trades at the news, but if the news comes out and it causes the market to spike down, obviously that will be a good thing. So I'm going to leave this position open. Maybe even give it a little more room to push around. And we'll just see if the spike that we get pushes it down further. Let's see. Alright, I'll come back
Crude oil
about
trade.
10 seconds before the news comes out. Alright guys, either we're going to get taken out right here relatively quickly, or the market is going to push down really hard. Wow. That was a pretty weak reaction to the news. Not much of any reaction, actually. Let me move my stop back down to where it was. And we'll just keep on pushing down, hopefully. Be back with you guys shortly. That was a bit disappointing. Alright guys, we got another print. Move it down just a tad. One tick, actually. We're getting close to being taken out. Let me check the 2 minute real quick. One tick
CL
away from
scalp
being
trade
taken
approaching.
out. And we're already almost at 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and end this once we get out of here. Out of this trade. The market goes ahead and gets taken out here. It's taking its sweet time, that's for sure.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, so we are officially out. So we had a couple trades. We had the manual low volume node trades, and we had this wasn't an aggressive scalp trade. This was just a regular scalp trade. Alright, so that's it for today. We'll continue playing around with it tomorrow. Take care, folks.